Hi everyone, I hope you all are great. Today we'll finish up our lesson on our reference skills. First, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. Click on any move on to language at the grade 7. Chapter is reference skills. Lesson is use dictionary entries, use dictionary definitions, alphabetical order. Alright, so I'll take you through logging in. After clicking on the aplusstudent.com, move over here and you click on your name. Then you go to English, which is language arts. You scroll down here and you go to grade 7 and we scroll down to reference skills. So we did the first two lessons, so we'll move on to the next three. We'll start with use dictionary entries. Alright, so a dictionary entry gives you many kinds of information about a word. So we have check, and it's a noun, right? So we have um three explanation for check. The inspection. So the pilot conducted a safety check before takeoff. So that's in form of inspection. Then a bill at a restaurant. So when you get a check after eating, and also a written order telling a bank to pay out money. So the check that they write is specific amount that you should get from the bank. So we have the entry word is the word you look up. Entry words are listed in alphabetical order. Then pronunciation tells you how the word should sound, like this here, check. Okay. The part of speech tells you whether the entry word is a verb, an adjective, or some part of speech. So it tells us now here. Then the different forms of the entry words are listed so that you can see how to spell them. Most dictionaries list the plural forms for noun entry words, comparative and superlative form for adjective entry words, and the conjugation for verb entry words. So a definition tells you what the entry word means. If an entry word has more than one meaning, then each meaning is numbered. So like the check has three meanings, so it was numbered. Okay. So we have the sample sentence shows you how the word can be used in context. So look at the sentences. My grandparents sent me a check for my birthday. Then the anthropology shows you the word's origin. So this one it's from French. Okay? So you can see that these are all the information that you get from a word that you search in a dictionary. Okay? So we have some examples here. Select the part of speech in the dictionary entry. So now we have foil. What's the part of speech? So it is a noun. Okay. The part of speech is the noun. So we have select the anthropology in this dictionary entry. So remember that that is the origin. Where is it from? Okay, the word's origin. So for exotic, we have what? It's from Greek. Okay. So this is different ways that you can understand a word using the dictionary. So select the entry word in this dictionary entry. What's the entry word? We have pathetic. Okay, so pathetic is the entry word if you want to search something on the dictionary. Okay, let's go to the test and you can share your answers with me. Okay. All right, so select the second sample sentence in this dictionary entry. So, what's the second sample sentence? Give me your answer on the chat. So, we have Candice, hoped her sympathy didn't cross as plastic. So, what's the entry word in this dictionary entry here? Okay, so we have pathetic. Then select the part of speech in this dictionary entry. What's the part of speech here? Okay, so we have now. Then select the entry word here, first to second. Okay, so we have animated. Then select the anthropology in this dictionary entry, first to second. So we have what Greek. Okay, so also the etymology here, first to second. So we have Latin. All right, that's it for this lesson. We'll move on to the next one. So make sure you complete use dictionary entries if you haven't done it. We have used dictionary definition. So a dictionary entry can give you many kinds of information like the lesson that we just completed. So about a word it usually includes definition for each of the word's meaning or sense. Okay. For example, we have safe, safer, and safer. So we have different explanation. We have not in danger, harmless, providing protection or shelter. So dictionary entry gives you definition of each word. Okay. So we have the designer basted the seams of the dress together to check the accuracy of the fit. So look at the sentence, select the definition of base that the sentence uses. So you have to check here which one, aligns. So we have what? The first one. Okay. So the first explanation or definition is the right one. So we have critics blasted the politician for appearing plastic during the public apology. So what does plastic mean? We have to check the definition. Is it made of a strong, light synthetic material, fake or insincere or flexible, able to be made into different shape? So we have what? Fake or insincere. Okay, so you have to look at the words and you check the definition, which of them aligns. It needs to align. Okay, so Johnny was treated for minor injuries and then discharged from the clinic on Saturday. So you have to check the meaning of discharge, which of them aligns with the sentence. So we have allowed someone to leave a hospital. Then in many veggie burger recipe, egg acts as a binder for the other ingredients. Is it the first, second? Which of them? So we have a substance that holds things together. Then since she moved to Mahanta, Miss before she moved, okay, Miss Bartlett had romantic expectation about life in the big city. So which of the definition is the right meaning of romantic in the sentence here? First to second. So we have unrealistic and impractical. So gender bias is the central claim in many lawsuits about unequal treatment of men and women in the workplace. So is it first or second? So we have prejudice or the preference. So after the brief recession, stocks were finally starting to rebound, first to second. So we have what? The first one. So avoid making obscure references. Use unless you're sure that your audience will recognize the source. First to second. So not clearly. No, not well known. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next. So make sure you complete this if you haven't. Also tell me if you have any question before we continue. Alright, so to put words in alphabetical order, you have to use the alphabet. So this is the alphabet from A to Z. First, you have to put the words in order by their first letter. So you have to check the first letters and arrange them according to the alphabet. So if the words share the same first letter, like here, you have to use the second letter to put them in order, like E, O, and R. And if the word shares the first two letters, you have to use the third letter to put them in order, like bed, DLS. Okay, and then if one word is shorter than there are no more letters to compare, then you have to use the shorter one first in alphabetical order. So let's say it is shorter and there's no other word to compare. You have to put the shorter one first. Okay. So put the words in order. We have naughty, nature, name, nag. So one thing that is common here is that the first two letters are the same. So we have to use the third one. So for naughty we have U, for nature we have T, for name we have M, and for nag we have G. So of course nag comes first. Okay. So after nag, what do we have? We have name, then we have what? Nature, and then we have naughty. Okay. So remember that if one is shorter, you have to put the short one in front. So after putting it in front, then you continue with the rest. So we have loaves, limp, island, is. So what do we have here? What do you think is the right answer? Is it, you have to look at it L or I first. So of course I comes first. So we have is, then the island. Okay. Then what do we have here? We have LO or LI, we have limp, and then we have loaves. Okay, because you can see that the words are all different, so you have to arrange them according to the alphabets. Okay, let's go to the test and you can share your answers. Okay, so put the words in alphabetical order: verse, vehicle, venture, velvet. Which is the correct one here? So we have what? The first one. So arrange this first to second. So we have the first one. Then put the words in alphabetical order. Is it the first or second? Okay, so we have the first. Then what's the right one here? First or second? Okay, so we have the first. Then what do we have here? Okay, so we have the first. Alright, that's it for our lesson today under reference skills. Can you tell me if you have any question? Alright, since we have no questions, we'll end here. Complete this lesson if you haven't. See you next time. Bye.